Okay, I forgot to start on time for the recording, so I'll just go back and add in the beginning a little while later. You must isolate the absolute value first, so then you can drop the absolute value and write your two equations. Okay, and then solving, you should have gotten for for the first one, x is 11, and the other one, x is -1. Do I need to show any more on that? No? Okay, and there's the answers for 10. I'll go back on 1 through 9 later. Solve by showing all work. Don't forget, isolate your absolute value first, or your absolute inequality, dividing by that. Then you're going to need to do x plus 8 is less than or equal to 1, and x plus 8 is greater than or equal to -1. So you flip the symbol when you change the sign. And then solving that, you should have x is less than or equal to -7, and for the other part, x is greater than or equal to -9, which would be from -9 to -7, and what's in between, and I don't care how you space them. And the interval notation is inclusive of -9 up to -7, and you can't have those flops, guys. You have to go left to right, small to large, okay? And likewise on the next part here, this is an OR. So you drop the absolute value bars, and the second part you rewrite the equation and flip the sign, the inequality symbol, and change the sign from 1 to -1. Solving those two will give you x is greater than -2, and the other one, x would be less than -3. So if it's less than -3, that would be from -infinity up to -3. And oops, it doesn't include it, does it? My mistake. I'm going too fast. I need to change that to an open bracket. Okay, so it doesn't include that -3. And then from -2 on up, doesn't include that. That would be, well, you got to put curvy brackets on there, not hard brackets. And you have to write union, which means put it together with -2 to infinity. You can't have the -infinity second. It's got to go left to right, just like the number line. Okay? They need to be in that order. I'm going to start taking off more than I have been for not writing that correctly. Okay, it says explain the first two steps in solving this inequality, and that would be first, multiply. Oh, I wrote multiply. Should I be multiplying first? I was thinking about both steps, and I wrote the wrong word first. It should be add 6 first. Add 6 to both sides. Then multiply by 2 on both sides. And the point is you are trying to isolate the absolute value. Okay. Next one's the step function. Should look like this. Did I get that in the right? No, I didn't get it in the right place. I'm not going down fast enough, am I? What did I do wrong? Hold on, this one, if you put in 0, I'll just explain it. If you put in 0, you get 0. So 0, 0, that's your first step. And then these are separated by 2 units, and it's going to go down 2. Make sure your open hole is on the right, not the left. And then when you go backwards, jump up 2, open hole, swing it left. I don't know what I did wrong when I got started there. I just think I skipped over too far or something. That's it. Put in 0 for this one, you get 3. That'll tell you what to do. So go to 0, 3, and make some steps. And it's only one step apart. One is the A value. Okay, and then back it up. Did I do it right? Am I going the wrong way? Why was I going downstairs? Because I went downstairs on the last one. Please, I'm sorry if I made you erase something. Oh, my lordy. I'm like, why am I going down? 003, where is it? Right here. Okay, step up. Hello, it's a 1 between the steps. Okay, you know what it looks like. You gotta make sure you go backwards though. Ugh. And make sure your open hole is on the right of your steps. That's better. Oh, next one. These just evaluate. If you're putting in f of 1, you're going to put it in the second one because that includes 1, so it'd be negative 2 times 1 plus 5, you should have 3. If you put in negative 6, it should be into this one, so a third of negative 6. I always have to do this one because it's fractions, I guess. A third of negative 6 would be negative 2. It's just like dividing negative 6 by 3. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. And if you put in 0, which is less than 1, you should have gotten negative 3. Good? Graph this. Now, this one, some people are still having trouble with those step functions. I really would like to make it be one of, I mean, not step function, this piecewise function. If you would just pay attention, where do we plug? You got to pay attention. You're going to plug this in no matter what, okay? Plug it into the equation. Make a little t-chart. Plug in negative 2 into the first equation. That would give you 3 times negative 2 plus 1, which is negative 6 plus 1, and that's negative 5. That tells you where you're going to have a solid dot. Negative 2, negative 5. Okay, then you could use the slope of the line, which would be 3, but then you might make mistakes because you don't want to go to the right, you want to go to the left. So why not, if that bugs you, just stick in another number less than negative 2, like negative 3. Negative 3 plugged in would give you negative 9 plus 1, which is negative 8. And then you could make your little piece of line. The second one, plug in the negative 2. Negative 1/2 times negative 2 minus 1. Negative 1/2 times negative 2 would be positive 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. This is where you're going to have an open circle because it doesn't have a bar under the inequality. So 0, let's see, negative 2, 0, open. Gotta make it look open. Okay, then I'll plug in another number bigger than negative 2, which would be like negative 3. Oops, that'd be icky. Negative 4. Negative 1/2 times negative 4 would be positive 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Did I put a number in that was bigger than negative 2? Negative 4 is smaller. That was dumb. That would be going the wrong way. How about 0? That would be a nice one. I would get negative 1. 0, negative 1. Oh, this is coming down. You see it's coming down. 1, right, 2. That's just like the slope. Down 1, right, 2. You could continue that. Oh, and I have had some students who have, not too many, but I have seen one other thing on that other piece of the line. The ones that are not included here, these aren't open holes all over the line. The only open hole is where it starts. The rest of them are solid points. Okay? The rest are solid. Shouldn't have open holes along the way here. That's a very ugly arrow. Excuse me. All right, let's try this one. Now we're going to stick in 3. And I put in 3 here. 3 minus 4 gives me negative 1. If I put in another number less than 3, maybe 0, you get negative 4. Doesn't have to be the one right next to it. Graph that part of the line. Go to the second one, plug in 3. Negative 2 times 3 plus 3 would be negative 6 plus 3, which is negative 3. 3, negative 3 is where I'll have an open hole. Okay, and then if I put in another number less than 3, bigger than 3, that would be 4. Say negative 8 plus 3 would be negative 5. which is the slope of down 2, right one. And there's the other piece. Yes. Did I put it on the wrong one? Oh, here's the bar. So that should be on this one. I forgot to put the open hole in the first one. Did you guys have an open hole here? I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I had too much coffee earlier. I need to slow down. I was worried about getting everything in, too. Thank you very much for saying something. There you go. That's better. Okay, 22. I should look at my key so I don't like make boo-boos right now. Went too fast. Oh, let's get to the second part. That would be part 2, unit 2. Does anybody have anything else they wanted to look at besides that? I know I did some of it, but I'm not going to have time to go over every factoring thing. How would you like, I could make a PDF and mass email it? A PDF of the factoring worksheet, maybe? That sounds like good, that I show like the answers, at least, because I don't think we're going to get to all those answers. I'll get as many as I can if I can. All right, so send out a key would be, I could do that. Help me see. My eyes are getting tired. Review, I probably had it up earlier. Let me just pop it up from here. No, there, wait, there, let's go there. Okay, here's what I'll do. I already have this, I did this in my other class. I could go, I'll show you the answers here. You can then, you actually have the video then with the answers on it. If you want me to erase and start one over, I'll do that since you were supposed to have already done this review. Does that sound good? Okay, so does anybody want me to go over in detail number 1? This would be your format for the writing of a circles equation. I can erase and start over if this is too much. I don't mind. Okay, see, an awful lot of people having to write answers down right now. Yes, ma'am. You should have 16. Okay, so evaluate it. That's what you're meaning, right? Okay, thank you. Haley? No, it's okay. If you want me to start over, I'll do one. This is for number 2. Yep, that's the answers to number 2. That's okay, because you know, it's really easy to not kind of notice number 2. Yeah, this is the answer for number 2. This is the answer for number 1 right here. Okay, does anybody want me to erase and do it over, or do you want? I can do one of, or if you just want me to do one of them, are you okay with the graphs? My graphs are really distorted. They look cruddy. Shall we go over one of these? Okay. All right, so your vertex, remember, your center of your circle comes from HK. No more needed on 3 or 4. All right, let's go to, now tell me if you want, I had to write in 8, 9, 10. I don't know why they weren't in my, somehow the page got deleted. Now I had somebody ask me about number 9 in my other class, or one of these, so I can start it over, maybe make it clearer at least. They asked me about number 10. Would anybody like me to start from scratch on any of these factoring? Go ahead, Caitlin. 10? All right. I don't mind starting over on any of them, but if you haven't got all of these right, and these aren't easy, I would be practicing more factoring. I do have another worksheet you could have if you're interested in more practice. You know what? I'll just set it over there, and if you want one, you can grab one, because I was going to give it out tomorrow after the test anyway. All right, so this one, when I look at one of these, like number 10, you want to look at the first and last numbers. If they're both those perfect square numbers, which these are, that's 3 times 3 and 64 is 8 times 8. Just check out what 3 times 8 is. That's 24. And if this is twice as big as it, that factors to this. 3x plus 8 times 3x plus 8. Because the middle is 20, that's 24x, that's 24x, that gives you the 48x, and the signs are all plus. Then you should rewrite it, though, for me as 3x plus 8 quantity squared. I'll take half a point off if you don't, yes? I told you that from way back when we just started factoring, that you needed to rewrite it as a quantity squared when they match. Okay? Because I want you to keep remembering even how this is going to be equal to this, how you're going to get that quick. This times this times this doubled is the middle, and the last one times itself is that. Okay, was there anything more about factoring? Oh, yes, maybe. Do 9? Sure. Oh. Need a bigger eraser. Number 9, the original problem was 5x squared minus 7x minus 6. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can factor this. So 5x, the only choices for factors of 5 are 5 and 1. So I know it's going to be 5x and x. I have some more choices for 6. 6 and 1 or 2 and 3. But if I did 6 and 1, that's going to give me 5x and 11x in the middle. That won't work. And the other way is just going to give me even bigger numbers. So I'm going to use 2 and 3. Oops, I lost my eraser. All right, so if I use 2 and 3, I don't know which way they're going to go, so I'm going to pretend I don't know which way they're going to go. If I put 3 and 2 like that, because 2 times 3 is 6, I'd have 2x and 15x, and that won't get me a 7. 15x and 2x, I can't make a 7 out of that no matter what I do. So I switch them. This is how I told you you could check them. You can play around. All right, now, these are both negative, which means one of them has to be negative and one has to be positive to get that last number to be a negative. And then I see a negative, I got a 10x when I multiply these two. I get a 3x in the middle, and 3x and 10x, I have to have a negative 10x and a positive 3x. So that's the way you factor it. Play a game. Domain and range on this, we want to talk about that. There's a couple of ways to look at this. Well, this point is the leftmost point. This point is the furthest to the right. The value of x at that point is -3, and it's included. The value at the furthest to the right point is 3. Domain has to do with horizontal movement, how far it goes left and right. The range is minimum point, lowest point, the value of y is -4, included, up to the highest point, which the y value of that is 2. That's it. Is it a function? Yes, because it passes the vertical line test. No vertical line will hit the graph more than once. And 1-to-1 is no, because the horizontal line test does not pass. It would hit it more than once up here. Okay. I don't know, I've talked about these quite a bit. This is the format where A either reflects or stretches or shrinks the graph. H moves it right or left, and K moves it up or down. So this would be a horizontal shift of right 4. The negative sign reflects it over the x-axis, and then there's a horizontal shift of left 3 and vertical shift down 8. Do I want to go over that in any more detail? Okay. These are graphed for your viewing pleasure. If you'd like me to go from the beginning and show you how to graph one, I don't mind. Remember, these are V's. If you have lines, then these will be marked wrong. They are not lines. It's a V. The slope, the A value is the slope for the right branch, and then you have to say for this one, it went down 1, right 3. To get the left branch, just go down 1, left 3. They may want me to do one of these from scratch. Graph one? No? Okay. There's the equation for this one. That is a negative 2/3. Do you want to go over that one? Okay. Everybody good? If you still need this, raise your hand. Give me a sign. Kind of sign. That means the root is 5, 5th root is 7. This would be the cube root of 16 to the 4th, or the cube root of 16 parentheses 4th. Okay, there's 20, 21. If there is no index, it's understood that it's a 2. Okay, do you want me to do any of these? I'm pretty sure I went over at least one of these in my other class. I wrote them all out very fast. But if you want me to go slow on one, I can do that. Anyone? Yeah, 22? Okay. Sure. So you're having to add the exponents because the bases match. So I have to do 4/3 plus 1/6. So I need to get a common denominator of 6. So I multiply the first fraction by 2, top and bottom, which gives me 8/6 plus 1/6, and that's 9/6, which you need to reduce to 3/2. Oh, did you? Okay. Do you want 23, anyone? Okay, 24 just showed you what you were supposed to do. Just divide, leave it alone. That's it. Divide the index into the power. Okay. This is I can do some of these if you like. Let me explain them. I did in my other class, so if you want me to do it, just tell me. Nobody needs any of that? Even the 4th root one? Okay then. Got the right powers inside here? What's left? Okay, make sure you have your little index numbers on there. If they're not there, you're going to lose a point, half a point. Okay. Nope. All right. I'll move on. Oh, is that? If you want one of these, tell me. This one's probably the hardest one, 29. Maybe not. You've got to have a 2 left under there. Nathan? 27, sure. The cube root of, so what I did was do the cube root of 27 and then take it to the 4th. So the cube root of 27 is 3, and then I did 3 to the 4th and got the 81. You got a calculator that can do it too, though. I really want you to know this, though, because the better you know it now just without a calculator, that's going to help you when we get to logarithms, which is understanding these kind of exponents. Okay, graphing. I could start from scratch on here. Yes? This is the parent graph. I couldn't really show the 1.5, the 5.3 on here. It was like off the picture. Sorry. This is your review time. So if you want me to do one, tell me. No? All right. Not getting asked very many questions. How about this stuff? Let me just discuss this. I already did it with you. I knew I did some of them already. I mean, because we did a whole day, but I just want to make sure you got what you need. And I may have recorded some of this too. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Can we look at these? You got 25 for 33 and the 171 over 2 or 85.5 for 34. Well, you're good. And then this wasn't on there because we took it off. Aren't you glad? It'll come up. It'll come up again. All right, so we have opportunities for other types of questions, or I'm going to give you some more factoring practice. 20A, number 8. Haley? Okay. Back to that other, oopsie. You meant number 8, the factoring one? Oh, I don't know what one that is. Oh, the factoring worksheet. Got it. All right, let's do some answers on there since we got time. I'll just go to blank page because I couldn't find the picture thing of this very fast, and I don't want to spend a bunch of time searching for it. I have a key right next to me, so you said number, I forgot already, 8? 8. Okay, and then I can go through the answers. Let's do the ones you want me to like go through in detail. First, they have an n in common, so I factor the n out. So it'll be a squared minus a minus 90. And then I think of factors of 90 that will multiply to give me 90 and add to 1a. And that's negative 1a, so I make the bigger one negative and the other one positive. Okay. 15. We've got 9x squared minus 47xy plus 10y squared. Don't let it bother you that there's two variables in there because you want to treat it just like it's 9x squared minus 47x plus 10. Okay, so the y part, you're just going to have a y at the end. So we're going to unfoil. I need to get a 47 in the middle. So let's see. It might be big numbers. I see a big number in the middle. Sometimes then I'm going to try something different. I'm not going to maybe use 3 and 3. So I'm going to try 9x and x. Now 10, if I use 10 and I put 10 here and 1 here, that would only give me 19 or 91. All right, so I'm not going to use 10. I'm going to use 2 and 5 and see. Oh, wait, I happened to pick it the right way. I didn't mean to, actually. Let's do this wrong. All right, so let's say I did 5 and 2. Oops. 5x and 18. 5 and 18 would get me a 23, and that's what I want. Oh, wait a minute. 5 times 9 is 45. So I'm thinking I'm going to switch places with my 5 and my 2. And I have some ginormous parentheses there. 5 here, 2 here. So that's going to give me a 2x and a 45. Which gives me 47. They both need to be negative. And then I need to put a y at the end of the 2's and the 5's. Good? Any others? Haley? Oh, it doesn't matter. If you have x minus 5y? Yeah, like this. That's fine. Every one I factor, guys, every single one can be flopped. Like if the whole thing, if it's exactly the same as what's in the parentheses, then it's perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm going to email key to the factoring. Okay, what did you want to say? 14? 14 is 7a squared minus 46ab minus 80b squared. Okay. So let's see. You don't have any choices for the 7. It's got to be 7a and a. You need a b at the end. All right, but now we got to figure out the numbers for 80. I'll try 8 and 10 maybe. Yeah, that's going to work. Because look at what I'm thinking. I usually play around on the paper before I start erasing everything and filling it in and guessing and stuff. I think about it ahead. So what's 7 times 8? 7 times 8, guys? 56. It helps to know our times tables. I know we aren't all perfect with them, but that's 56. I see a 56 and a 10. I can get a 46 out of that. So I'm going to put my 8 down here. That's going to give me a 56 AB. And I'm going to put a 10 here because that's going to give me a 10 AB. And then I want the bigger part to be negative and this part to be positive. So I'm going to put a plus here and a minus there. Then I'm going to double check. Double check yourself to make sure that the last term has the right sign. And it is positive 10 times a negative 8. So that's going to work out. It's a play around game. It really takes practicing. Oh, I forgot. Did anybody who left already want one? Oh, geez, I hope not. I didn't get to go put that factoring worksheet up. Somebody have another one right now? 17? 60x squared minus 66xy. What's in common to all three of these? Alrighty, let's get it out. So that's going to be 10x squared minus 11xy plus 10y squared. And it doesn't factor any further than that. I tried it. Nathan? Number 7? I didn't do that one. 7. Oh, 8x minus 8 times x plus 8. It's the difference of two perfect squares. Whenever you have perfect square, then, and it has a minus sign, you can factor it to x squared minus y squared factors to x minus y times x plus y. And you can have those flopped. Anything else? Okay. Factoring for tonight.